So last year, I didn't finish my slides. So let me try to make it today. So good morning, everyone. I'm Wang, staff scientist from National Library of Medicine at NIH in the States. All right. So at NLM, we maintain a set of open source packages and web services. And today I will talk about a list of major services we provide. The LHC-Forms, also known as the L-Forms, and the Form Builder. Those are focused on the SDC questionnaires. And we also have some tools related to FHIR and also the ionn, and also provide clinical table search services for the web application. So overall, we see like more than 800 average monthly download for our software packages, and there's more than 87 million web API requests every month. So we'd like to know, because we're not allowed to track users, so we'd like to know who are using this service and what you are used for. So if you have a chance, fill in the poll and in the app. Or maybe you can talk to me afterward. So the first thing is we call the LHC-Forms. It's a SDC questionnaire renderer and also a filler. So we started this project about 10 years ago, which was originally designed for the long panels. Then we switched to support the questionnaires. So it's released as an open source package and published on GitHub. And it included the FHIR library and the ionn JS libraries for the FHIR expression and the unit conversion. And it supports the major versions of FHIR, SDU3, R4, and R5. And I guess we also support R4B, but we never mentioned that. And the documentation and the demos are available on GitHub and also on our project website. So here's the list of the support features for different versions of FHIR SDC questionnaire. And there's like major features we support, like the enable when, I think more than almost, I guess like 70%, 80% of the code in the item control, and the pre-populations and the extractions, and also we support the FHIR expression. So for FHIR expression, we support the X5 query and also listed here, calculated expression, initial expressions, and answer expressions, and the variables, and the enable when expression. So we're adding more support for the FHIR expression within a SDC questionnaire. So in the past year, we added more features. Notably is that we added support for the R5 questionnaire, and also we added a multiple language for the widget UI itself. So you can compile to a different language and show the different language on the widget UI. We don't support the translation multiple language itself in the questionnaire data yet, but we're also working on that. And then these are other new features we added to the LHC-Forms. So how to use this package? It's published as an npm packages, so you can just install it, and also available on CDN, which now is on AWS. And we also create a package called the L-Forms loader, so you can use this package, just add one line JavaScript code in your application. So by default, it will load the latest version of the L-Forms. And you can also specify a particular version you want. And the package itself, we see like 40,000 downloads every month. So we really like to know who you are, who are using this package. And then this is like initially it's started with a link, so it's now available on the link search result page. So if it's a link panel, you will see a link, say, see this panels rendered with the LHC-Forms widget. And it also used in the NIH CDE repository. There's also forms, common data, and there's a forms. If it's a form, you can see a link to see the forms rendered with this widget. And the internal, there's also a public website, ires terms. It's a drag. So it's a subset of IX norms. So I think it's this subset is without like copyright issues. So it's free to use, and it's also available at the FHIR Lab. So you can see at Brian's website, you can test all the questionnaire and the FHIR stuff, all those fun stuff there. And we also use it in our internal website. Okay. So the second project is what we call a form builder. It's actually a SDC questionnaire builder. So we also support the major versions of questionnaire, and also it's an open source package. So you can upload, you can start from scratch, and you can also upload your own like existing questionnaire for further editing, and you can also import from a link server, and also from any file servers. You can import a questionnaire and make further editing, and you can save back the questionnaire back to the file server, or you can download a copy for your local storage. So, and we also added a new FHIR expression editor. So for the item level and the questionnaire level variables and the FHIR expression, you can edit directly within the form builder now. So if time allows, I will do a quick demo for that. So this is a new FHIR expression editor. It's also open source, released as open source. So here is that now it supports initial expression, calculated expression, and the variables, and the others are still work in progress. So we also, to make it easier for user to use, we also like invented called the Easy Pass. It's similar to what you do in the Excel in a spreadsheet. So the simple calculations, and it's have a subset of the functions that are available there. And with the automatic convert to the FHIR expression. So this is another project we called a questionnaire viewer. The purpose is that you can, with a single link, so you point to a questionnaire on any available on website or on file server. With a single link, you can render the questionnaire directly within your app or in your documentations. And it's used by at least one FHIR. And so it supports two parameters. The Q support for the questionnaire URL, and the P is that for the package, a package resource. It's like a local resource, like value set that can be used within the questionnaire. So let me see if I can show this. What? Oh. Let me do a demo later. Okay. So the FHIR JavaScript, I think this one probably most people know this package, and it started with Nicola from we collaborate with Nicola, and later it's donated to FHIR7, but it's still maintained by us. And it's on the GitHub, but it's under the FHIR7 organization's name. And we see like average 44,000 average download every month. So, and if you are interested in FHIR, and also maybe in this library, you can try that on Brian's website, FHIR Lab. You can try all those things. So there's another package is called ionn. It's a standard for the unit conversion and the validations. It's in a computable ways. So we maintain two things here. One is a web service, so you can call use the web service to validate your unit, see if it complies to this standard, and if you can also convert the unit using the web service. We also provide a JavaScript library you can include in your project. So also for the validations and the conversions. And we also maintain a list of web API service, I think over 18 data set, mostly genomic data set, and also include like ICD-10, ICD-9, and the national provider database. And it's this, we see a lot of use of this service. Like here, I think 34 million queries every month. And we also support the FHIR value set expression for some data set, and also for the lookup for the code systems. So I guess I have a few minutes for demo. So that's all. I think we used to host a half-day workshop to introduce all these tools. Now I have 15 minutes. So any question you can talk to me afterwards. But now I'm going to do a quick demo. Oh, there's a new project we're doing. Is that we call the NLM script on file. So it's for medical research. They can define a cohort and get data and scrub, which means de-identify those sensitive data. So for the research purpose. So ideally, it can work with any HIE environment. And we provide a web interface. You can find a patient, find the defined criteria for your search, and get the data back. So I think it will be released this year, later this year, September, October. Okay, so. So this is our project website. It lists all the projects we are maintaining, and still some are active developed. I didn't mention some other project here. So let me show you a quick demo for the form builder. So, okay. So there's 3 ways to. So let's start from scratch. So let me, I don't have, that's from existing forms. So I prepared a form.
Maybe you are not connected to the Wi-Fi.
Oh.
If you can go to the.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, oh, right, it's not connected there.
DevDays. Yeah, and the password is FHIR.
I think I already typed. Yeah, it's connected. Yeah. Okay. So let's start from an existing form. I have a file here. So it's called it's a line panel. It's called a weight height panel. So this is the questionnaire level attribute. We can edit everything here, the code, the title, and all those terminator servers, everything. So, but today I'm going to show you how the expression editor works. So let's see how it works. So there's a preview here. This is using the LHC-Forms for the render of this. So there's a calculated expression embedded here. So you can see here. Let me see this. Okay. Weight high. Here. So this is a 5-pass expression for the BMI calculation. So the weight, height, and here. So let me see that. So I think it's on this question here. Okay, so this is the 5-pass expression editor, the new features we added. So here you see in the questionnaire, it already defined 2 variables, weight and height, and that's how you get the data from the items in the questionnaire. This is getting the weight, and the next one is getting the height. And then here you define the BMI rules. So here is the 5-pass way. So I think I can make an easy pass. So you will get lost. Height. So it automatically converts to the file path expression here. So we save this one. And here you also see the variables. Right. So let's do the machine. So 70. So why default is in inch? Okay. So it's automatically calculated the BMI. It's using the FHIR JS and evaluating the FHIR expression here. So for this you can also create variables, the FHIR variables on the item level, and also on the questionnaire level. So let me show you another questionnaire. So this is a PHQ9. Edit questions. This is a really complicated one. So you see it's defined a list of variables. And then there's the final calculation for the PHQ9 value. So it's a long list. And currently it only supports the initial expression and the calculated expression. So we're working on support other. So I guess that. All right, I guess that's my talk. I made it, right? Okay, so here's the project URL and the list of the things talked about, and here's my contact information. So any questions?
Thank you, Yi. Any questions from anyone? Are there people that are using one of the NLM tools themselves? Yeah. Okay. Well, if there are no questions, I don't have any questions either. But thank you for your presentation on the NLM tools, and thank you everyone for attending.